Hey, it's Johnny Grube from Untrained.com. You know, a lot of gym bros hate, some of the video. I don't know, because probably a lot of them aren't watching it. But I was watching this video, and it shows this is a well-known guy, but I'm not going to say who he is. And it was called Gas Ready or Gas Station Ready. I don't know what it was called, and I didn't know what it was, so I just watched it. And he's there pumping gas, and then from behind him, you see this big fucking other massive guy come up from behind him. Video goes away, the camera goes away, and the next moment, they pan down, and there's that big guy who was coming up from behind him, on the ground, laid out, face down, while he's pouring beer over the top of him. So, I guess basically it was always be ready. And I get that, you should always be ready, you should always be prepared. But I often like that when these bigger guys out there, they always think that the bigger muscle you have, the tougher you're going to be. Strong is always good. Just because you bench press 500-600 pounds does not make you tough. You could wind up, if you fight another guy fucking, same bench press is close to the same weight. When I was in a Tough Man in 1994, I seen a guy, 280-pound musclehead, get his ass fucking handed to him by a 230-pound, he was a diver, a commercial diver, and just kicked the shit out of him that he was fucking on, he barely walk back to the fucking corner. But getting what I was getting at, it's almost like it offends guys that go to the gym that they're lifting weights, and it automatically makes them a tough guy. And that is absolutely not the case. And I'm going to tell you a quick story that I know personally about this cop that I went to school with. And in school, he was a good athlete, good basketball player, ran track fast, never lifted weights. He was 3 years older than me. I was in ninth, he was in 12th, or something like that. Never lifted weights that I was ever aware of, because I know that I was always in the weight room and he was never in there. Fast forward, he becomes a policeman. Fast forward, he was able to bench press 500 pounds. No shit. So you can think whatever you want how he got to be able to bench that much, but a bunch of these cops in this town that I lived in could also bench 500 pounds. But that's not the reason I'm saying. But he was supposedly a legit 500-pound bench presser. Well, he was at another cop's house, and there was another guy there, 150-pounder, kind of crazy. He was a couple years younger than me. Never known the kid to be much of a fighter, other than he was a little nuts. So anyhow, there was an altercation at this other cop's house. They go outside, the cop that benches 500 pounds, and this little guy, 150 pounds, and got his ass kicked so bad that the cop was on the ground and he was getting fucking kicked in the face with the fucking dude's fucking cowboy boots while the other cop watched. No shit. They were off duty, obviously. But here's a guy, benches 500 pounds, he's a policeman, getting his ass fucking kicked. Now, I don't know if there was booze involved, which there probably was. Even so, I try to explain this to people, and they just don't want to hear it. Automatically, if you're bigger and you're fucking stronger, you automatically can handle any fucking body who may have more skill than you, and you don't even know. Don't think by going to the gym, getting stronger, is going to help you if somebody smacks you in the fucking mouth later.